Welcome to Loose Laces episode 113. I thought we had technical problems from the show. we are good. My name is Davon. I'm joined by my co-host,
Shad.
And so it's supposed to be all December, all friends and everything, but scheduling hates us. But we made it work because the universe can't stop us. We are joined by the incredible, the wet and dry, water, wind, dry team. Please introduce yourselves.
What do you do? What do you do? I'm Jared. I'd like to say I'm a fire starter. Brand called Water Wind Dry. Great team, great people, great community, and we're just building, man. I mean, it ain't nothing serious. We're just having fun, trying to make good vibes and connect people, connect dots. That's it.
I'm Kyle. I try to allow this dude to make as big a fire as he possibly can, and if we ever have to, settle it down a little bit, that's where I kind of fill in at times. Just been rocking. I've known Jared for it's funny, we've known each other a hot minute, but only kind of started really connecting recently, and kind of picked up when he was working on it. So yeah, just rocking, rolling, just enjoying the vibes, keeping a good thing going, and yeah, super stoked to be here.
I appreciate the hell out of both of y'all making time to come on here because for real, I've been excited to talk to y'all since before even Water Went Dry started because you were following me, Kyle was following me, and we would just talk randomly. And then he was like, I see you making clothes. If you ever need help. And I'm like, that's really cool. And then he posted that goddamn tote bag. And I'm like, what is that? I have no use for a bag, and I want that. Next thing I know, it's like, oh no, I got a whole trick in this bag. And then this man just started hitting us with, oh, you want this t-shirt? Now you gotta wait for
it. It went crazy, bro. Honestly, the build up for everything was it's weird because really we haven't been doing this for a year, really, consistently. I'd say 2023. Oh, was that 2023? Yeah, 2023. It was me and my girl, and we were just developing the brand concept. I did a little drop in 2023, and that's when I knew that the momentum was there. I knew that the foundation could be a thing. And then a year later, I think me and Kyle actually linked up early 2024 January, and then we just put pedal to the metal, bro. And it was a slow build up. We flipped t-shirts and socks for a long time, months and months, just because I figured that was the best way for us to build a foundation of revenue and money to actually do the pieces that we wanted to make. Because at the end of the day, I don't want to just be stuck doing socks and t-shirts. Every brand owner wants to do what you're doing over there, varsity jackets and shit. You know what I mean? So, I mean, we had to figure out a way to get there. We had to figure out a way to get there, and we could go do that stuff, but I mean, I'm it's don't fix what's not broken. So, I mean, we're on a path where it's what we're doing is working, and now we're just doubling down in 2025. I think, the team that is around us is dope, and we have somebody working on women's. Celine, my girlfriend, she's working on women's wear right now, so that's gonna be releasing next year, and I think that's gonna start banging, bro. Just bringing in another audience of people who actually spend money, women. So, yeah.
Look at this inclusive. I love it.
You know what I mean?
No games played.
Not played, bro. Which I'm trying to be Kith, bro. I want to be like Ronnie. Not really though. But
no,
shut up, Ronnie. Shut up, Ronnie.
Shots. All right. But you know what? I love how you guys came into the game because you didn't just do socks and t-shirts. Y'all took the mood board aesthetic with the pigment dyes and these beautiful shades, because that's what really got me. I loved the colors that you were coming with. And then when I saw the socks, I was like, you know what? This isn't going to be one of those, I'll retweet you, bro. I was like, no, I got to have them socks. Now I got to have this tee. And I hate that I'm launching the same time that you guys are going because I want to buy so much more. But it's just seeing the organic growth for you to come in with t-shirts and to have great quality t-shirts on top of a great price point.
Yeah.
And a good gimmick. Because I love, me and Kyle have talked about it, keeping a site locked. Because I was like, I got to give you my number for this shit.
Yeah.
All right. And then I saw how you moved into it effortlessly. And I was just like, this is brilliant.
Bro.
And y'all have just continuously stacked on top of it, because all throughout my timeline, even people that I've never seen interact with you guys, they were like, oh no, I need to have that pullover. I need that rugby.
Yeah.
And low-key, Kyle be flexing on me. We'll be talking and he'd be like, yo, I'm about to show you something that's not even out yet.
Damn, leak it. Yeah, expose this man. Tell me everything he tells you, bro.
I don't think I've ever. It's like exponentially more. Like I've sent more things to him than I've sent to probably anyone else combined. Because but I think it's super beneficial. Like there is a part of it too where like we're very siloed from a lot of things. So like from us, like anything from like the outside noise of like what it looks like to the things we're like really, really like tight, like between like him and I, when it's just like him and I on a project where sometimes we just don't know, right? Like you can think that we have this like this saying that I say a lot, which is like anytime we think we can take a 9 and make it a 10, let's spend the time doing it. But it's really hard when like it's the two of us and we both agree that something is a 10, and then trying to like put it out there while trying to like kind of protect that aspect of it too, where it's like I've kind of always looked at you like someone that I can just like send it to. It's not, you know, it's a little different than if I send it to like someone else and get like real feedback in the moment and understand like the X's and O's of it, maybe a little deeper than someone else does. So in honesty, from my perspective in it, like you've been a huge asset in that way, because it's like it's just an easy way to be like, what do you think about this? Like, just I'm going to send this and give you like no context and just see how you react. Like, I think you saw that pullover like months before we ever showed anything, right? So it's like I'm appreciative of that, because I think it's really easy, like when we are super deep in it, how we are and try to like really kind of live through it. I think sometimes it can feel like we don't know what anyone else thinks. So it's like it's been very, very helpful to have that voice.
It's difficult because I know with me now getting into design and pushing this motherfucker to get into design into, it's hard because you'll get on the project and you're just like, this is good, this is good, this is great. I think it's great because I made it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who can I talk to that'll give me an honest opinion? Because I was making a joke earlier with how people are getting super defensive over brands, or if you say something bad about a brand to a creator, they get upset. And it's just like, I need someone to criticize me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm working on 3 t-shirts right now, and I showed it to someone and they eviscerated the shirt. They were like, this shit is horrible. It looks like a diffusion line from In Search Of. It should have been da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God. But I was so happy because I'm like, I'm appreciative that you would tell me this.
Yeah.
And then to come to find out, he looked at the shirt again and he was like, oh, I didn't see the hidden details. And dude, he was like, oh no, that shit is fire.
Yeah, facts.
Because it's like the shirt literally has instructions on the back to catch the details on the front.
That's dope.
And when he caught it, he was like, oh, I just thought it was this part. And I'm like, the fact that you hated it when you saw it, and then you had to look at it again, it got the exact effect that I wanted. So
creating I Spy on a t-shirt, bro.
Exactly. Like, well, if it gets printed the way I want it to.
Yeah.
So I appreciate the hell of that. And then he has a banger that he hasn't released yet. And I've been sworn to secrecy. You know the one I'm talking about. Yes. You can say it on the show.
Leak it.
Leak it.
Penis. But it's a hell of a design. And I'm just like, I love what this man is doing.
Yep.
And I'll come over to his crib and I'm like, yo, how's it going? He's like, it's not ready to come out. It's still baking.
Yeah, I'm like Dr. Dre in Detox in that regard. Like, I like to hold on to it until I can say, okay, this is finally ready, just because I'm so detail oriented. Right. But everything I see from you guys, clearly, like, I'm not on the internet as much.
Yeah.
But when I do see like your pieces come down the timeline, mainly from conversations with him, it's like, oh, these dudes they moving. I mean, like,
appreciate that.
How
consistency,
many?
Man.
What is the team of Water and Dry consisted of? Is it just you two and Celine?
I mean, day to day, it's me and Kyle. Like, Me and Kyle handle, customer service, Twitter, Instagram, social media. Celine kind of doing the women's stuff, so she's in constant communication with our manufacturers, trying to put all the women's stuff together. I got a few other people just handling like logistical stuff, like our fulfillment and just making sure our production timelines are on point. And then kind of a financial person who's kind of budgeting and everything. Now that was our biggest thing, just trying to get all the pieces aligned, because 2024 for us, I think it was just a huge learning experience. Like we came into the game not really knowing what the hell anything is, and there's a lot of things that I've learned, and we've all learned to kind of position ourselves better. So, I mean, over the last few weeks, I mean, Kyle, you can tell them how much I've just been focusing on trying to get everyone in the right place, in the right department. I'm looking at this as if we're already a $10 million brand. I'm trying to set it up so that we have our own departments, we have our own things that we need to get done, and like if they're not getting done, it's just not going to work. It's the only way forward. Like we got to make sure that every piece is solid from the whole operation. That's like I take this shit very seriously. So I like to joke and shit, but like there's just so many pieces and so much stuff that I learned in 2024 that like I just will not settle for in 2025.
We talk we talk a lot about there's like a lot of stuff they don't tell you in the pamphlet when you're like starting a brand. And I think there's like a lot of things that you can do as like someone that started like a couple brands in my life, and like, some did good, some didn't do it all. And it's just like kind of seeing everything in between. There's definitely a phase at the beginning where you can just kind of blindly get by. And like, if your stuff's cool, like it'll work and like you'll have a thing going. But there's 100% a point where you're just like, man, if you're going to break through this wall, you need to have like real structure. And I think it's been super helpful for us. Like, I think you just get to a point where like having two people try to sort everything out on a daily basis. It's like from the people that are like, admins in Discord to just the homies we have that like are like pushing stuff on like social and work with us on like ad work and stuff like that, or like, content. Like I think there's so much that goes into it that like is even beyond that like we just can't be doing anymore on a daily basis. It's a little weird to think, it's a little wild to like say out loud, but like that's just kind of where it's at. And I think just seeing that part of it has probably been the coolest part for me, because it's like giving people like a legitimate place to like, do the things that maybe like when we were kids, we were like, yo, this would be sick to do. And we're like, hey, let's try to take as much of that with us as we can. And like understand that there's a lot of people that are like really into the same stuff as us that do things in a really high level. And like, let's try to keep this like close and niche and very like knit. And I think it's been like a really cool experience on that side too, because now we're rocking with like, a whole squad of people that like we're all on the same level. And it's been like a true blessing on that side, like from a community building side and everything like that. Like the team's small, but the real team is like quote unquote much larger. And I think that's been like where we're nothing without that. So that's probably been my like favorite part of the whole thing too so far.
I have a personal saying. I say dope people attract dope people, and y'all are a testament to it, because, kind of being an outsider, kind of being an insider, seeing how you guys are moving and the people that y'all are moving with and how y'all are moving, it's just like, it makes sense that you naturally cultivated this group around you that understands it. It clicks. And I've said to Kyle a number of times, the fact that you guys came out so strong with a strong like brand identity, and it wasn't like, oh, well, we do this, we do pastels, we do this. Is like, no, we have a color, we have a strong name, we have a strong logo. I mean, y'all have two logos.
Three.
W3. Okay.
Yeah.
So y'all are really coming strong, because like low key, y'all are pushing me to go further, because I don't like how I've been releasing stuff outside of the jackets. I hate doing pre-orders. I hate pre-orders.
I know.
But it's like, I need to get funding. I need to figure out how to keep going. So I think I'm going to put a pause on a few things until I can get funding. Varsity jackets, that's a whole different beast. That's like my bread and butter. But I mean, steel sharpens steel. Sometimes we got to use other people as a sounding board. And I'm glad that I have so many people that can help me. He keeps me sane. Y'all give me something to strive for. My wife is sitting up there kicking me in my ass like, you can do better. Because there's been a few times I've shown her something. She's like, that's good, but it's not done. Mm-hmm. Like the jacket I released this year, she looked at it and she was like, no, that version is trash. Go back to the board. So, I mean, you naturally find people that are going to push you, that want to see you win, and are going to bring the best out of you.
Yeah, no doubt.
I'm going to be 100% honest. When we talk about that from like an experience standpoint, the reality is for us is that there have been like all out, like, I don't want to say like screaming matches, but we've definitely yelled at each other like in pretty large quantity.
Should we replay it? Should we role play it? Just so they know what it is.
Just so they know, get a feel for it. But like over the simplest, stupidest shit. Yeah. But all in the name of like, can we make it better? And I think, you know, the pullover for us was like the first time where we could be like, okay, going through the process of like, you know, maybe we don't talk for 6 hours because like that's just where we're at in this process of trying to get it done. Like I think if you have people around you that like you can have that dialogue with and know that like when push comes to shove at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. We're all trying to go to the same spot, right? Whether it's like there's friction or no friction in trying to get there. Oh, okay.
It wouldn't be Loose Laces if there wasn't tech issues on a guest episode, but we recovered the audio. We are still good to go. All right. So, Kyle, you were saying that you yell at each other because you love each other. And the pullover was the first time it really started to click. Even if you didn't talk for a few hours, you just like, let's get this shit.
All right. So I'm going to tell a fun story about that. So the tweet, the post, tweet, all the same. So when we made that Twitter post, it was an extremely casual, unplanned thing. And Jared was like, I'm going to post this. And I was like, maybe I'll wait until tomorrow to post it on Twitter. And I was like, you know what? No, we'll post it right now. And who knows? You know, like I don't know how the world works. I don't know that anything's guaranteed. I know that nothing is guaranteed. But like for that post to pop off in that moment was just like, I don't know. There's so much that goes around that from like the validation, you know, for us personally, and just being like, okay, cool. Like, you know, we came to a point where we felt like something was really, really good. We spent the time doing it. We like, you know, primarily Jared, like on that side of things. But I think it's just one of those things where like, you know, understanding that at some point, all we're trying to do is just make things better. And if that's kind of always the North Star and we're just like, let's see how many nines we can turn into tens and just, you know, try to make a better place like around us. Yeah. You know, we've definitely battled as people, but I think like, I don't think I would ever be able to do something. I've never been able to do something like this with anyone other than Jared. So to me, like, I kind of look at it from a situation of like, hey man, I was like, you know, 0 for 7 coming into this game. And now I feel like maybe, you know, it's 1 for 7 and I feel like 1 for 8 maybe, you know, and I feel like that's a true testament to him. Like as much as we like get through things like that sometimes, like our ability to bounce back and his ability to like take the feedback and run with it and develop off that and you know, knowing when to say like, hey, no, like this is something we have to do for the brand. Like I appreciate that on all sides of things. And I think our ability to have been able to do that and communicate through that and like live through that is like such a testament to, you know, how the brand speaks and how the brand looks and how we, you know, portray it. Like all that stuff's super real. And I think it's been like a really cool process on that side to like feel that and see what that looks like. And as someone that came in like a little later in the game, like my outside opinion at the time, knowing like just what Jared had shared is like, oh no, there's something here. Like I really like see like where this like directionally is going. That decision of being like, hey man, if you ever need anything, like hit me up. And then like, you know, a week later we're like deep in product. It's like, yeah, it's been cool. And legitimately. Yeah, like that's where we went. It was like hit the ground running. So it's been super cool and I'm super appreciative of him. So I just wanted to take a moment to say that.
Oh, we're getting all this brotherly love.
No, why you sound choked up at the end, man?
But you know what? That is the power of friendship. I'm the kid that watched anime and is like, you know what? Friendship really does get things solved. Yeah, because this motherfucker, I've been podcasting since like 2008.
Yeah, technically.
Technically, because shout out my man's Paper Chaser, he showed me the way, and I had one of the worst podcasts ever. There was a lot of criminal activity, a lot of hurt feelings. That's been scrubbed from the internet. Then I had another show with a former friend that found some traction, but wasn't really. We didn't capitalize on it like we could have. And then I became a father, so I put the mic up. And then during the pandemic, me and him just were arguing about shoes. Like
full on shouting matches on the phone. Like
that's so funny.
What the fuck is a flight posit?
So funny, bro.
Yeah,
that is so good.
And it was a natural progression to make this show the success that it is incredible, because I look at our numbers from time to time and I'm just like, fucking what?
Yeah.
How? The fact that people interact with us and get excited to hear our opinions. And, to me, this man is the star of the show. I'm just the loud one. And it's like, you need that partner that's just going to help you to get... Don't shake your head, motherfucker. You are the star of the show, bro. It don't move without this man. Because he came to me with the vision. He's like, the name of the show is going to be this. And we're going to do this. Yeah. I mean, because I was kind of dragging my feet. He pulls up. He's got mics. He's got headphones. He's like, we're going to make this happen. I mean, we had a jerry rig set up with a fucking one mic stand, and we're both yelling into it. And it's like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just incredible that finding the right person can help you take something that, even if you failed at or you dabbled in, to make it into a success is incredible. Because, like, again, watching y'all pop off, because like I saw that tweet and I was like, oh, they finally talking about it. To retweet it and to see people just like, how do I give you money?
Yeah, bro, it was crazy. Oh my!
I was so fucking happy for y'all. I'm like, yes. Yeah. They got everything they deserve with that.
It just changed the game, man. It gave me the self-confidence and validation. It also gave us money to keep going. And it just helped a lot. You know what I mean? And like, we're nowhere, like I said, where I believe where we should be. And we're still struggling every day with, random shit that we just we're learning and we had no idea of. But like that polo really, I mean, it got a second life. I decided to do another redrop of it because what's a sense of locking things up that work. So, I mean, yeah, it was that polo was life changing for me. It helped me become a better leader because I just am now like, whatever, bro, whatever you guys think, because it allowed me to step back and not feel like I needed to put my hands on every single thing. You know what I mean? And it opened me up to like trust my team. I don't know. It's just validating, bro. It really was. And I don't know why it happened. I don't know how the algorithm works, but it did. And, I think I don't even know what to say on it. It was just an amazing experience. Just an unreal experience. It was crazy.
Yeah. The way Twitter works, it makes no sense. Like, you'll put together this thought-provoking picture, it'll be edited perfectly, you'll have the right copy, and you send it, and everyone like,
yeah.
And then you post something that's like, oh, here's a picture of like my left toe. 1 million interactions.
Yeah,
what
bro.
The fuck?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm hip, bro. It's crazy.
Like,
it's like a lawless land, man. It's nuts.
No, I mean, but you can pop off at any time, and to pop off with something that's not a joke, for it to be something fantastic is like the dream. Because usually my tweets blow up and it's just like, oh, I was making fun of this, or he goes viral randomly.
Yeah, no. Look, man, I just learned I think I got the idea. If I ever start a clothing brand, I'm gonna just put my shirt behind a twerking video.
I mean, it works.
It'll work.
It'd be like the dead prez, you know what I mean?
Straight eyes, bro. Eyeballs. You got eyeballs.
Exactly.
Nah, it works in certain places. You might as well try it in all places,
What? Man, look.
I mean, I've had insane success. Like, whenever I make a joke, like my Kif tweets are almost guaranteed to explode.
I love them so much. I love those tweets.
I don't so understand. Much. So many people get mad, and it's just like.
But the one about the all over print hoodie had me dying the other day, bro. Oh my god. I had to really just think about it and like visualize the type of person that would wear that fucking piece of clothing.
Garbage?
Just piece of clothing.
All
Piece
right.
of clothing.
So
Piece of cloth. Yeah.
we kind of got a little bit of Kyle's background. He said he was involved with 7 brands, and this is like the 8th. Jared, what's been your experience delving in clothing?
It's just really been brand development. So I've been on Adobe. I'm like an Adobe Illustrator like weirdo. Like I didn't really have a social life as a kid because it was like awkward, and like I was the dude at the lunch table drawing like suit jackets while other people were worrying about like their lacrosse game. I played basketball and stuff, but like my passion was like drawing and clothing. I remember designing like my 12-year-old AAU baseball team jersey and like team name. It was called Team Eighth Layer. And then like from there, it was just like brand development every year. I try to just make brands. I was just too young to know what I was doing. But like that's all I cared about, bro. It was just like thinking of brand concepts and trying to push them to market. And like I feel like this one, because I've been doing it for so long, like when it hit, I knew it was kind of the one because I've had the experience to realize what didn't hit. Because I've been doing it for so long. But yeah, that's really it. I've been kind of just so focused on trying to make this work my whole life that it was just destined. Like I just really haven't stopped. Like legitimately my whole life, I've just been doing this. I've been broke. I've been fucking in the worst places, but like I've always came back to brand building and I just kept going. It was really that's really the only answer. Like just I've just been doing it.
That's solid.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's beautiful because I think a lot of people don't understand that success is just a bunch of failures.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Like I've recently had people try to shit on me for stuff that's failed, and it's just like you can never make me feel bad for failure.
Facts, bro.
I've failed at having a store. I've failed at pieces of clothing coming out before. I mean, hell, my Frame Hunters hoodie is not selling well at all.
Right.
And sometimes you just got to look at it. Hey, I mean, I got no shame in my game. It's not doing
Facts.
well. And it was my fault because it's like, hey, let's launch a hoodie just before Christmas when everyone else is shopping.
Right.
And I love when people can sit up there and tell the truth about their experience. I hate a person's like, I'm self-made, I came out the womb and I made $1 million. Like, no. The failures.
Yeah.
I call them drowning lessons. Sometimes you just got to drown to
For
get back
sure.
up to the surface. And it's just like to know that you didn't stop after 1, 2, 3, 4, however many failures you've had, and just to be there dreaming about it. Because I mean, every brand I feel like just comes from somebody just having an idea, whether you're late to the game or you're early to the game. Because my store in search of originally was supposed to be an import video game store / sneaker store. And that shit was not happening.
Mm-hmm.
Then it became glasses once I got hooked on glasses. And it was going to be a consignment store. It was going to be like the consignment sneaker sunglasses store where you could get all the cool shit.
Yeah.
And then I learned how hard it is to do consignment.
Ugh.
And then I realized like I gotta keep record of taxes and send people stuff. And then I was like, I'm not taking your glasses. So I just scrubbed the consignment part from the back of my website. And then I just started selling glasses. And then that started to pick up. Then I got back into sneakers after taking an extended break. And then that goes. And then, I talk all that shit about clothes. And my wife was like, you pussy? No, I'm not pussy. Make the jacket you've been talking about.
Oh God, bro, you need people push you, man. I get on calls with people that I've been working with. So I behind the scenes before Water Run Dry, I've been working with a few brands up in like New York and Boston that I won't say the names of, but like I do all their designs and like tech packs and all their like back end stuff. And like the transition from like me not having a brand to like, and them like kind of talking down to me in a way, and like it was whack. But now like being in the position I am now, where they're coming to me for advice, is like a total whirlwind, bro. It's like I always had it, right? And you just need that person and like to believe in you and like push you to do the things. Shout out to my girlfriend, bro. She's been amazing with that.
Yes.
Keeping me in the right keeping me in the right place with the right people, because there's a lot of people that I can't discern if they're like in it for the right reasons. And she has a great intuition with that, where it's like she keeps me out of the way of people that just don't understand what we're trying to do, and just take advantage. So I appreciate her a lot for that. And again, it's just having the people that push you to like do the things that they know you so well that they push you to do the things that they know you love, and I that's the people I want to keep around, and that's the people I do keep around now.
We gotta give a round of applause for the amazing people, and especially the amazing men in our lives.
Facts. Big round of applause. Yeah,
I know my wife in the room smiling like.
Facts.
Nah, she keeps me feral. I mean, she keeps me from going feral. This motherfucker keeps me on the straight and narrow. So I appreciate the amazing people that we have in our lives,
for sure.
And I mean, I'm just happy. Like, dog, I love all this creative energy because you know, now what's wrong with the sneaker community episode? I'm like, I ain't doing nothing like that. I was saying not enough people.
He's like,
nah, it's December. I got cussed out because I was fucking up the brand image being a wild boy. So
me too, bro.
Yeah, I'm nice.
On Thanksgiving, I had a whole conversation with my dad and my brother to tell me that basically I needed to like tone it down, and I was just like, I said like this. I took on a little bit of you. I was like, if people don't like it, fuck them. And then I think like, well, you know, maybe that's not the best way to approach trying to be an inclusive brand, but still fuck them. You know what I mean? So,
it's so hard because it's like my natural instinct is like, word, you want to fight? Yes, I've been waiting for this all night.
Yeah,
but then it's like, because essentially I had a friend sit me down and was like, you know, this shit corny, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, how you want to sell somebody a $600 jacket and you acting corny? You right. I'm a chill. I'm gonna be a nice guy. Not even nice. It's just I don't need to go to every fight I'm invited to, and it's hard. Not even defend my brand. It's just this is who I am.
It's hard to not just be like just to get into the fray. Because I mean, I feel like we can say names.
Good.
No, just like how we kind of look at Saya. You know what I mean? Like Saya is a very defensive person, and then damn, when you push him enough, he starts like hurling insults online.
Yeah,
and people are like, I don't want to buy from him. The whole time it's like people getting on his nerves, but we only see one side of it.
Right.
We don't see all the stupid shit that people probably say to him during the day. And he's like, yo, I had it. Like I'm human.
Yeah, he had enough. Yeah.
So, and that's why I try to. Like I have a scale like this funny, like, oh, Davon's wild and this is funny. And then there's scary. Like, oh, this motherfucker really went off. Yeah. And it's like, I don't want to give him my information. I don't want to put my credit card on his site. What if he get mad at me one day?
For sure.
And it's like, it's finding that balance to still be authentically yourself without being a psychopath. Because y'all had a situation and I saw it in the Discord and it was just like,
I went off, bro.
Yeah, I had to DM you like, dog, don't do that. Don't do that.
No.
You're 1,000% right,
shit,
but
I just get pissed. And the thing is, like, that was a one-time experience for me, but it's learning that like none of that actually like there's no benefit to us by doing that. There's zero benefit. You know, it doesn't help us. It just only adds to our like hurt of our image. Like there's no benefit, bro. There's nothing.
Yeah. And that's the hardest part. And it's just like, that's why I'm glad that we're still at a point where we can learn and grow and go forward. Because I've learned the opposite of love is indifference.
Yeah.
And being indifferent to so much shit, it's just like, once I calmed down, everything immediately came back in like, dog, if you don't calm your dumb ass down. You're fighting with people over the internet about sneakers and the fallout from that. You are a luxury salesman. How does that look?
For sure, yeah, true. Yeah. I mean, I seen your website, bro. Shit.
I'm going on your site. $1,000 for some glasses, and this nigga cussing at people? No, sir. But no, I mean, I just it's just fun watching brands grow. Like I don't talk about a lot of other brands as much, but I see all these brands on the site. I mean, on Twitter and Instagram, and they're building. And I keep saying, like, if you want to see the change in the community, be the change in the community.
Yeah.
Because I say I make the clothes that I want to see in real life. So I'm glad that people are out here taking the risk to do it because now is the time to create.
Yep.
I mean, it's not. I'm not going to sit up here and say it's cheap. No matter where you're manufacturing or how you're doing, you got to make samples. You got to find like, materials. Got to make sure the shit's right. Shipping, customs, tariffs. God bless us when this happens.
I know, bro. Oh my gosh.
We're ready.
It's so much that goes into this, but that trial by fire, because the first time, like I remember I made my jackets, I posted them, and all my friends were like, "That's cool," and retweeted it, and not a single sale came in. Mm-hmm. And I was sitting there looking at my wife like, nobody cares.
Yeah.
Nobody cares. And then a friend of mine bought a jacket, and I'm just sitting up there like, I thank you. I love you. I was going to cancel the project. He's like, oh, I just thought it was cool. And then another sale came in, and it was from someone that I didn't know and then I became cool with. And I'm like, you're the first person outside of my friend circle to buy a jacket.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, again, I just thought it was cool. I thought you were funny. I liked the jacket. I understood the vision. And then they slowly started selling out. And it's like, even if I would have shuttered the brand today, the fact that you were able to not only develop a product, produce a product, and have people wear it, it's no feeling like that. Like,
it's crazy.
Yeah, you can never fail as long as you're really putting out there into the game to make these things happen.
Yeah. Nah, bro, it's crazy. It's a crazy experience. Yeah.
So we do have a listener questions part of the show. We kind of like flip things because the chemistry, we was just moving through everything.
Yeah, no doubt.
I mean? So we're just gonna read off some questions that people have submitted. We actually got a good amount, I think, because we probably didn't have a show last week.
That and also they want to talk clothes.
Yeah, they definitely were into today's show. So the first one is from Jimmy Morningstar. Would love to hear your thoughts on what you think is the official sneaker uniform. I feel like vintage C, camo pants, sneaker is the correct answer. So the official sneaker uniform is water when dry or in search of clothing.
Only answers.
Underwear, socks, like some regular shit. Yeah, nothing else. Like, what is you talking about?
I agree. Me and Jimmy have a long history of Twitter interactions. Shout out Jimmy. He's a goat. I don't really know him, but we had some Twitter beef, and I hope it got settled. Me and Jimmy are now friends. So shout out Jimmy for the question.
That's how it always happens.
Thank you, Jimmy, for the question, man. Good question.
He was on us for a hot minute. Like a hot minute he was on us. And it was funny too, because I feel like we were in a period of time where like a lot of feedback was really positive, and then this was just like very much the opposite. And like it's funny because like I've come to this point now, and I've been like, you know what, like that was probably really beneficial for us, like in the moment, to hear, just like even if someone was bullshitting, just to like get it out there. Like I think it was good. Like at minimum, it made us be like, well, is there something? Is he right about something here? And then to just be like, no, he's just missing context, and that's okay. And like all things are good in the end. But that dude's a real one, and he was rocking with it for a while. So shout out Jimmy. He's a goat.
Shout out Jimmy.
Yes, sir.
All right, so y'all are our guests. Y'all can go first with what y'all think the official sneaker uniform is.
I mean, honestly, for me, like
water when dry.
Yeah, it's water when dry, bro. Yep. Anything we're dropping, like I don't know what that question really means, but I mean, if you're putting on any product, it better be water when dry. You know what I mean?
Sticking to it.
Yeah, I don't really know the question.
We're gonna get you head to toe soon. We'll get you on the hats. We got tees. We got pants. We got shorts. We can get you head to toe. So if you want something and it's not out yet, it's coming. Don't worry. Water and dry all the way.
But you need coming.
I also can dig camo.
Yeah, if Jimmy is what clearly you guys know him already. I'm not familiar with Jimmy, but I mean, if he's a fan of yours and he understands a clothing brand, then I know he's seen all the pieces. Like Davon always is retweeting the pieces, and everything always looks like a hit. So I know we can pretty much go to y'all for anything.
I think the sneaker uniform that we have coming up is I would put on the overpants that we have coming. I would throw on this charcoal hoodie that we got coming in the next 2 weeks, and I would just throw on some kicks, bro. Just some like you said, camo pants, but like I would throw on our overpants to replace the camo.
Sheesh,
shit would go crazy.
Same
body. I want to get in the pants. I want to get the pants.
Make some pants, man.
Pants time.
So next question we have is from Guru Chillin'. If money and materials weren't holding y'all back, what would be the dream piece that In Search of and Water When Dry would release summer 2025?
I'm going to let y'all go first.
That's a crazy question.
Oh, I said this to Jared a couple months ago. I think that's a hard question to answer because I think we got to a certain point a couple months ago